The other day I was watching a video of Rob Kosman and he was talking about this paste wax, and he said this paste wax, it's his favorite for small boxes. It's his favorite finish for small boxes. Now, I don't watch Rob Kosman a lot because he does a lot of hand tools. He uses a lot of hand tools and I'm not good at hand tools yet because I'm still a new woodworker, but I do know about him. I know he is a very experienced woodworker. He's been doing it for a long time. He is very well known into the YouTube community and woodworking community. And when he says this is the best finish for boxes or his favorite finish for boxes, I believe him. So immediately I went to Amazon and I purchased some. If you want to purchase some, I'll put a link in the description below. Now, I have not tried it yet. It is completely brand new. It just arrived. I will show you. Nothing used from it yet. And I'm gonna test it today with you guys. We will just test it together, see if it's really that good. Now, if it turns out it's not good, please, I'm not trying to say that Rob Kosman doesn't know what he's saying or this thing is not good. It's just, I trust him. I believe he knows, a lot about woodworking. He's worked with many, many finishes, but we'll try it for ourselves and see how it does. So that's what we'll do. Now, when I hear someone says, this is the best paste wax, or this is the best table saw, this is the best router, my question always, and your question should be, compared to what? And this is the reason why I didn't review a lot of my tools in the shop, like bend saws and other stuff, like drum sander, because I've never had another drum sander. I can't review it because I can't compare it to something else because I've never tried another one. So is it the best one? I don't know. It works for me, but I don't know if it's the best one. So in order to see if this is the best one, we have to compare it against some other waxes. So this is what we'll compare it against. We'll compare it against just the typical paste wax that everybody has in their shop. I will compare it against Axe paste wax. This is Carnauba wax. And I've reviewed this paste wax. I really, really like it. I think it's really good quality. So we'll review it against that. And then why not, let's compare it against my own finishes waxes. I have two of them here. This one, it's pure tung oil and beeswax. And this one, it's pure tung oil and carnauba wax. So we'll test it together with all this other stuff and see if they're any good. So how we're gonna do this test? Rob, when he did it in his video, he tested on all kinds of woods and he put it straight on raw wood. He says that's what he uses for his boxes because it's quick. You can finish a box in 5 minutes. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I have a piece of walnut here. This is just 1/8-inch walnut. It has a blue tape on the back because I have not sanded the back, but I did sand the front. So I wanna make sure that I apply the wax to the sanded part. So this piece of walnut here, it's about 15 inches. So what we will do, we'll cut 15 inches. We have how many paste wax? We have 5 waxes. So we need about 3 inches strips so we can test each one of them on the same piece of wood so we can compare accurately. I tried to find a very boring piece of walnut, so we'll see if the thing looks good on this. And if it does look good, then I am going to apply it to a box that I just finished this morning. And I normally, when I would put the wax on a box, I would put a different finish first and then put the wax on top. That's the way I use my waxes. So, but for this one, we'll use it straight on wood in here, test it, and if it's good, then I will put it on the box that I finished this morning, and I already put a coat of finish on it. So I'm gonna go to the table saw and I'm going to make 5 strips out of this plank of wood, and then we'll get on trying these waxes. All right, you guys, I have my strips of wood over here, the 5 waxes. I'm gonna bring you in closer and we'll apply these waxes. The 4 waxes that I have here, that is not the Renaissance one. It's normally when you put a wax on, you put it on the wood, you let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and then with a clean cloth you buff it. The Renaissance one is different because it says it dries within seconds. So this one, you put it on, you buff it right away. You do not let it sit because you will cure really, really quick. And because of that, we will do that one last. We'll do the other ones because they have to sit for 10 minutes. So we'll do these 4 waxes. And as I bring you in closer, we'll also talk about the ingredients, what is in every one of these waxes. So let's come in closer and see how we do this. To keep things consistent, I'll be applying all these waxes from the same piece of material. This is just some white t-shirt material. So I'm going to cut 5 pieces, and that's what we'll use to put on the wax. So let's see, we don't need much. We have small pieces here. So we'll use this to put on the wax, and then we'll get clean ones for buffing it in. All right, here we are. This is the order we'll do it. We'll start with this one that I made. And this one, it's pure tung oil and beeswax. So the tung oil that I use for my finishes is this Walrus pure tung oil. There are cheaper ones out there that I believe is probably just as good, but I really love this one, even though it costs a little bit more. That's what I like to use. And for beeswax, this is the brand I am using. So that's how I made this one. Super easy to make. Anybody can make it. You can make this finish. Just put it in a crock pot, heat up the oil until the wax melts, and that's how it goes. So let's put some on this board. This is what it looks like. And yes, now you can purchase these finishes on my website. I also have this one. I'm not doing it for this project. This is just mineral oil with beeswax, and that is probably not appropriate for boxes because mineral oil never dries. So I'm not gonna test it for this project. We'll just do these other ones. So it's a little bit cold in the shop, so the wax is a little bit hard, but we can work with it. You don't want to put it too thick, just a thin layer. So there you go. That is my wax, the pure tung oil with beeswax. So I'm gonna let that there sit for a few minutes. I'm gonna leave my cloth here so I can use it for polishing. And then the next one, it's another one of mine. And this one, I use the same pure tung oil. And then I use carnauba wax. And this is the brand I use. Again, very simple to make. You can make your own. You don't need to buy anything. If you do want to buy it, it is available, but it's super simple to make. So this one looks like this. And let's put some on this board. Now this one happens to be my favorite out of my waxes. I do not know why, but it gives it a richer tone. At least that's been my experience. All right, I'm gonna let it sit now. Leave my cloth right here. So those are those two. Now moving on into axe. This one, it says now it has double the carnauba wax in it. There's no other label. We do not know what is mixed with. I wish they would put what is mixed with, because I usually like to know what I'm using. I would like to know the ingredients. So, you know, but it is what it is. Let's use it. This one, it's a little bit harder to scoop because, it does have double the wax, it says. It goes in very smoothly though. Looks nice. All right. We'll let that one sit. Now moving on into the general finishes paste. And this one does not say what the ingredients are at all, so I have no idea what kind of waxes are in there or oils or anything. So we'll use it even though we don't know what's in it. Take a new cloth, All right, let that one dry. And now let's get to the Renaissance one. Now, again, this one does not tell us what kind of waxes are in it. It just says refined waxes blend to a formula used by the British Museum and restoration specialists internationally to revive and protect valuable furniture, leather, paintings, metals, marbles, ivory, etc. Freshens colors, imparts soft sheen. Apply sparingly with soft cloth and buff gently. Dries hard instantly, resists spillage, does not show finger marks. So let's see it. Brand new tube, clean cloth. It is this soft, softer than the other ones. It smells, it does not smell good, you guys. It smells like gasoline. And this one we don't have to let it sit. So I'm gonna buff it right now because it says it cures instantly. I'll have to say it's looking really nice. I'm not sure how long you're supposed to buff it for, but there you go. All right. Now I'm gonna let this guy sit for 10 minutes and then we'll come back and buff them and then we'll compare to this one over here. This one does look really nice, I'll have to say. I like it. This is what it would look like before and after. It does smell like gasoline. I don't like that. All right, you guys, we are back. I changed the camera so you can kind of see what I'm seeing here a little bit closer. So these are our waxes. The main wax, paste wax, it dried to almost like, it looks like it's nothing on the board. It seems like the more it dries, the more it disappears. It does feel smooth though. So now let's go into buffing. This one doesn't need buffing because remember we already buffed it. It looks like it's drying up too. It kind of disappears the color. So let's do the buffing and then we can compare. I'm gonna pick a clean spot on this rag that doesn't have any wax. And I'm going to start with this one. We'll buff it. See if we can get a little bit of a sheen in there. All right, so that is that. I'm gonna do the same thing with the next one. All right, now the axe paste. Okay, and the min wax. All right, well, this is what we have so far. I will show them to you. Well, here's what they look. Oops, I'm trying to get you. This is what they all look like right now. And let's take a look closer. This is the pure tongue oil with min wax, with the beeswax. A little bit of a sheen. This is what the wood looks like originally. This is what we have now. This is my favorite, the pure tung oil with carnauba. Really nice color, has good sheen. Then Axe paste wax, very similar. I think really good result. I like it. It looks beautiful. It does have a little sheen. I don't know how much it picks up on camera. The lights are not the best. So here is mine versus Axe. I don't know how much you can see. Very, very similar. I wouldn't be able to tell which one is which. Then bean wax, it just looks pretty much just like it did when it was raw. I have some spots where it didn't really dry yet. So not very impressed with that. And then this one that was supposed to be the superstar, well, once it dries, it looks like it kind of disappears, the color. Now it does feel really smooth and very nice. Let's see. That one feels smooth. That one feels smooth. That one feels smooth. They all feel really smooth. So the feel is there. So by the look of it, I think these two I like the most, is mine and Axe. The carnauba one and this one. This one maybe it's, I don't know, does it have just the same amount of color? Maybe it does. To me it looks a tiny little bit lighter, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But there they are together. I'm gonna get you a little bit closer. Let's see if I can move the tripod. Get you a lot closer to this so you can see them. All right, so this is what they look like next to each other. So I don't know, is it wax supposed to add color? Probably not. It's probably not about the color, but I definitely wouldn't put the wax just on raw wood like this because, well, my boxer would look bland. So you know what? Let's try it on a project that I already put a finish on it. Let's try that. All right, well, here I have a box that I finished this morning. This is a rosewood and canary wood. And I made this really cool lid for it. The lid, I made it from tiny pieces of canary wood that I cut like this and then glued them together to get this cool design. And then the handle, you see, also has this really cool design out of a rosewood. And that is from rosewood that I cut into tiny squares, and then I glued them, alternating the pattern and getting something like this. That's how I made this handle, and then I told you how I got the lid. So I really like it. I thought it was a super cute, fun box. If you'd like to purchase it, it's available on my website. But right now, let's put this paste wax and see what it looks like on a box that already has some finish on it. So again, this is what we are using, and I'll start with the lid. Now, it looks so much better once you already have some finish because you can see the sheen. Also, rosewood is just beautiful. Too bad it's so expensive. It's like, I don't know, like $26, $28 a board foot. Same thing with canary wood. Two of my favorites woods to use, but they are very expensive. All right, it does give it a sheen. I don't know if you can see that. Now I have to do the edges and the top. If you have the choice to make your own finish, I would encourage you try it. When I made my finishes, I didn't make them with the idea of selling them. I made them because I wanted to use them on my boxes and I didn't have to buy them. I figure it's so much cheaper to make my own. And I really enjoyed making them, and I know exactly what's in them. I know it's all food safe and it's all natural, and I can work with my bare hands. I don't have to wear gloves, and they're really not hard to make. There are plenty of recipes online you can find. So, and then you know exactly what's on it, you know, what's in it. Don't purchase things that does not say the ingredients because, well, you don't know what's in there. Well, this is our box with the wax on it. It does give it a little bit of sheen. I don't think the color changed much, just like we saw on the sample. It's kind of the same. So I would definitely use a finish on before you put the wax, and that's how I normally do my stuff. So here is our finished box, all polished, and you can see now when the light hits it, it does have a little sheen. This is what it looks like. And is this polish, this wax, is this wool what is cracked up to be? Is this something you absolutely need to have in your shop? That's for you to decide. I'm glad I purchased it. I will use it because I have it. Will I purchase it again? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's in it. It smells horrible. I make my own finish now. So, you know, if you have the option to try it, I suggest you try it and see for yourself. I hope this was helpful to you and you learned something new. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Skylar Ewing and I'll see you in my next video.